Bollards is our word for today.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, this video is about bollards. Like, what does it have to do with corruption? Well, everything. And I may have a very perfect example on how corruption actually kills people straight up, and I found it in none other than the Pearl of the Orient Seas, the good old Philippines. Now this video will start off goofy, and as we progress it'll get serious, pretty dark, and sad. Now onto the goofy part. Now corruption is usually silent, usually done under the table. It's not really obvious to the regular people on how corruption is being done. But in the Philippines, oh boy, it gets blatant real quick. And now to be clear, I am in no way claiming that anyone is corrupt here. I don't want to get sued or anything. But let me show you how corruption really plays out in the real world. Like how much money is getting corrupted. And I'll be using an issue in the Philippines as an example. So first example is the PhilHealth insurance issue in 2020. Now in simple terms, what is PhilHealth? PhilHealth is like one of the foundations of the Philippines. Like unfortunately, whatever they may do with the money, you can't do shit about it unless you have a replacement for that whole entire health foundation. And allegedly corrupt as they may be, without them a lot of Filipinos won't have health insurances. Then, you know, chaos will ensue. And it's sad, but it's true. So their scandal is this shit. So their senior officials allegedly pocketed 15 billion pesos. Billion with a B. B as in big ass, because that's a big ass amount of money with a lot of zeros. And they broke down the expenses to show the people what they did to the 15 billion. And what's this? Adobe Master Collection had them dishing out 21 million cabbages? And the price per unit is 168,000? Yeah, damn! And let me read you why that expense record is giga shady. Let me tell you something, there is no longer an Adobe Master Collection. Adobe discontinued it years ago. What Adobe is selling right now is the Creative Cloud Suite, a subscription deal which you pay around 53,000 pesos a year for the license to use all of its software. The only way you can get this Master Collection is through pirating it, which in that case you won't be paying for it at all. So where the heck did they come up with the 168,000 per unit? Huh, you know it's bad if their alleged poop is being smeared all over your face and the people's face, and you'll just have to eat it. Because like I said earlier, it's not like you can do anything about it. And here's an example of an infographic video that they made with that behemoth of a budget. I mean, it's decent, but it doesn't scream 21 million, you know? And if you think them saying that they paid 168,000 pesos or $3,000 for one Adobe Master Collection that technically only exists if you pirate it is wacky, wait. It gets worse, because here's the laptop and desktop expenses, and as you can see they denied the Adobe claims, allegedly, and as you can see they labeled the regular desktop with 3-year warranty as 86,000 cabbages per unit. Damn! Now let's compare it to a decent gaming build of only 50,000. What? Like, are all government desktops packed with RTX 4090s? Wowee! And the high-end laptops are almost at the same price of the regular ones, so I guess all of their employees have MacBooks at their disposal. Like, come on bro, regular laptops, damn. And the second example is this 1 million peso bus shed or waiting shed. I mean, does that scream 1 million to you? So what they're saying is 1 million in the Philippines is just enough to build you a waiting shed. Is that what they're trying to say? Or is that waiting shed made with 24 karat gold bars or something? Now don't get me wrong, in the Philippines there are still a lot of good people, but I got a feeling that the bad ones outweighs the good ones. Now that is only a lick of the alleged corruption the Filipinos are fortunate enough to see back then, because most of the corruption being done are off screen, like under the table. But now let's talk about another example of corruption that the Philippines unfortunately saw. And this is the sad part of this video. Now, fair warning, this incident is quite tragic. Because on May 1, 2025, in Manila International Airport, an SUV suddenly accelerated towards some unsuspecting people. And in just that few seconds, 2 people died and 4 others were injured. And in a blink of an eye, 2 people's lives were snuffed out. And one of them is a family's breadwinner and the other one is a 5-year-old girl that is just there to send off his father because her father is an overseas worker.
Kuya!
It truly is tragic, and this is the driver that caused all of this in all of his glory. He's acting super hurt. I don't know if he's actually hurt or he's just punking the people, because take a look at that security guard holding on to him as if he's protecting him. Well, yes, he in fact was protecting the driver, because the people are allegedly furious and wants to beat that man up. Because you may have seen the car is slammed against the wall and someone is under there. Someone is pinned down under there. Now, I don't know who that was of the two, but yeah, it's a very sad and rage-inducing incident. And I'm not gonna lie, if I was there, I would have also felt the same anger towards that man. So maybe he's acting hurt to gain sympathy. Like maybe, I'm also hurt, you see. You wouldn't hurt an injured man, right? But what's even more rage-inducing is the driver's statement on why that happened. So he said that he panicked because a white vehicle passed in front of him, and instead of stepping on the brakes, he stepped on the gas.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
A classic, oh, it's an accident, but a very valid accident type of alibi. But there's something wrong, because it was shown that no cars passed by him. He just accelerated randomly. I mean, nothing is there to corroborate his story. So that story is now a classic case of a bullshit story. So that already is pretty frustrating. Like, imagine taking 2 lives, then lying to your victims' families' faces. I mean, a knuckle sandwich is looking pretty tasty right now. And hold on, it only gets worse from here, because now this is where the corruption part comes in. So again, bollards. So bollards are solid steel posts lined up to a parking spot or a walkway to prevent collisions. So this is how they work, supposedly.
Tested using a 1.5-ton saloon car traveling at 30 miles per hour, the bollard successfully brought the vehicle to rest, immobilizing it completely.
So as you can see, they are solid, even used for security to prevent car theft. And believe it or not, the area of the accident, the red zone, have those same bollards in place to avoid this specific kind of accident, because a lot of people are gathering at airports and the car parking are pointed to those people. So bollards are placed to prevent cars ramming into people and the building. So first, let me show you how bollards are supposed to be installed to build up on how frustrating this incident was. And you see, it's positioned way below the ground, so if something collides to it, it will stay firmly because it's penetrated deep underneath. But why did it not stop the car? Because the car went through smooth like butter, like it didn't even put up a fight. And now let's take a look at the alleged standard procedure for placing bollards in the Philippines. Wow, I mean, to be honest, do you think those bolts are gonna stop a car from collisions? Like, look at that, bro. Like, some of them, you can literally just pull that shit out. So a little simulation here. So if a car collided with a proper bollard that is properly fixed in place, like it's planted, the soil and the concrete will prevent the bollard from coming off, assuming the bollard is, you know, completely solid. So if you just bolted that just on the surface, like see? Just using a packing tape to fix that shit. You can just rip it off like a band-aid. Case in point. And hold on, it gets even worse. Because ever wondered how much are those nonsense pieces of phallus? Well, it's 8 million. 8 million cabbages for those display dildos. Like, get that shit out of here. 8 million cabbages for those display furnitures? Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if they bought them from IKEA or something. So why is this related to corruption? So if it isn't really that clear, so just try to imagine how much of those 8 million cabbages has been saved by just bolting those bollards down instead of securing it properly. Just imagine how much. Oh, you think we're done? Well, you're wrong, cause it gets even worse. Oh my goodness, because now we all know those bastards does not work, right? And guess what? They planted that same shit again. Oh my lord, like that thing is such a scam, it didn't even dented the car. Ugh. A very tragic and frustrating scenario. Now please, let this be a lesson that if you cut corners, you switch to a low quality product to make it cheaper then pocketed the rest, people's lives are going to be in danger. The things that are supposed to make people safe can't be trusted anymore. Because what if they cut corners again? Are you even safe behind those steel bars? That is extremely scary. My deepest condolences and my heart truly goes out to the ones that were lost that day. And I hope that this incident will be a wake-up call to the people on just how much corners have been cut for this to happen. So that's it. Bye.